Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am the Sipping Tea, and today I'm going to tell you all about the news and updates for this week starting October the 4th. Briefly, however, before I get into that, I just want to say thank you ever so much to my two patrons, NB Hollywood and Nagar898. You've both been supporting me now for about a couple of months, and it really is a huge help when it comes to making these videos. I also wish to issue a thank you to everyone who has stopped by to watch me play tanks on Twitch. It's really appreciated for everyone who does come by to say hello and who follows me on Twitch. It has been a lot of fun recently, and I will be starting with the giveaways again in the relatively near future. So for those of you who are not following me on Twitch, now's your opportunity to do so that you don't miss out on those various prize giveaways. So with all that being said, let's get on to the news. So to start things off, of course, we have a brand new season, the Awakened season. So this is of course going to be a massive update, which is why the servers have been down for quite some time. So in this new season, it's going to be largely sort of Halloween based, I think. A lot of the Halloween commanders that we've seen previously make an appearance, so do keep your eyes peeled for that. If you want a real in-depth and detailed look at what's going on in the season pass, then I urge you to head over to the season tab in-game, but otherwise it's more or less business as usual, in that you have three different options. You can get the season for free, in which case of course you have a very limited amount of rewards. You get the 2000 gold season pass, in which case you get all of the levels from 1 to 100. All of those rewards are yours. And then you've got the ultimate season pass for 6000 gold, in which case of course you get all of the rewards from level 1 through to 100, but you also get the additional 25 levels completed automatically upon purchase of that ultimate pass. You also get a 3D Hero Commander additional, and also of course a brand new tank, which is the British Tier 9 Cobra medium tank. So that's of course a World War II vehicle. From there we move on to something that is just a small bit of news. It's in addition to the season pass, and that is basically the Awakened season medal. The long and short of it is, it doesn't matter if you buy the season pass or not. If you reach level 100, you get this medal, which has a picture of the Grim Reaper, something that's a little bit different. So there we go, they've thrown that at you, so enjoy. From there we have the Awakened starter pack. Now this is a completely free pack. You don't need to pay any money at all for it. It's available for PlayStation and Xbox users, of course. So head over to the store, go down to the bundle section, and you will see the Awakened starter pack. In that pack you will have 3 days of premium account time and 5 lots of ×2 silver boosters, ×3 vehicle XP boosters, and ×4 commander XP boosters. So, you know, quite a nice little freebie. Why not? Within this season pass, there are some, let's say, classic tanks that have been in the game now for some years. I'm going to mention some of those tanks, and indeed there's a skin as well, because if you already have these tanks, then of course you instead will be receiving the silver value for them. So the American Tier 8 T-77 heavy tank, if you already have that, which I believe was actually given away in a season pass just before 6.0 came out, if you've already got that tank, you will get 3,920,000 silver. Next is the American Tier 5 Ripper medium tank, the M4A2E4. That is worth 600,000 silver if you already have it. Finally, for the tanks, it's the American Tier 8 Falcon T92 light tank, That's worth 2.6 million silver. And then there is the Flashpoint skin for the T77. If you already own that, you will get 1.2 million silver reimbursed to you. Another brand new tank that is part of the season pass is the T55 Enigma. This tank looks rather interesting. I'm quite excited to see how it will actually play, but it is the level 100 reward, which you will receive if you have bought a season pass. You must buy a season pass in order to receive this tank. So people who don't buy the season pass will not get that tank. Moving on from there, basically with every new season these days, it seems that Wargaming release basically a patch for all manner of different bug fixes and also quality of life changes. In the regular garage screen where you select your vehicle, and if you've got a 3D commander for instance, you'll see them sort of standing to the left hand side of the vehicle. Now there will also be on that left hand side by the commander a list of commander skills, so not too dissimilar to how things were in some respects at least well before 6.0. It does look very different of course, and the location for the information is different, but the similarity is that you now will actually have some instant feedback as to what commander skills you have on that particular commander that's in that tank. So that could be quite useful going forward with the new developments of the commanders. There'll also be a sort of special highlight now for preferential matchmaking tanks. So instead of them just blending in with any other tank where it says plays up to tier, whatever it may be, they've now changed the background colour for that particular bit of information, which again is displayed in the regular garage screen on the left hand side actually, by where the commander would be. So that's going to be a nice little improvement. There are also some additional changes as well to a few different tanks. So given that they're just releasing it, they are having a look at the the Ripper and also the M4A2E4 Sherman, which is the same tank that isn't named. The long and short of it is that they are addressing the accuracy all round, so from actual accuracy to aim time to shot dispersion, and also dispersion within turret rotation as well. Finally, there's all manner of different issues that they've addressed. There must be about 30 or so different incredibly minor issues that are on a list that I see here. The vast majority of which I didn't know about. Apparently some people can get stuck on certain rocks on certain maps and so on, and they've now fixed that. So it's that sort of really minor stuff that I think the vast majority of the player base probably wasn't aware of. Either that or perhaps I'm just completely ignorant. The debate rages on, but one of the changes that is going to be perhaps quite noticeable to some is that they've, and I'm quoting here, they fixed the premium shell pricing for the WZ122 and for the Turan 5 SH. So this is where the gold cost, the premium rounds, instead of being 2 gold, will be increased to 13 gold. Which is quite the increase, but then again, I do wonder how many people actually use gold to pay for their premium rounds these days. Hopefully no one, because that would be a terrible idea in my opinion. But there we go, that's a change that could have quite the impact on people, because that's of course a massive increase in cost. The final note I shall make is there's been a change for some it's World War II tanks, so 7 different tanks. Basically they removed the advanced loader or advanced reloader and issued a silver refund for them. So if you had the advanced reloader on any of the following tanks, then I urge you to check them before you go out into battle, because no doubt that equipment slot will now be vacant, as they've actually removed the advanced reloader from these tanks. So the tanks are the GSAW 1008, so that is the tank destroyer that was recently introduced into the game. The Caliban, the TNH105/1000, the TNH TVZ.51, the VZ.55, the Lioness Skoda T45, and finally the Skoda T56. All of those tanks have had the advanced reloader removed from them, and your account will have been issued with a silver refund in place of that removal. So once again, if you own any of those tanks and think that you may well have had the advanced reloader equipped on them, I strongly urge you to double check and make sure that you don't go into battle with an empty equipment slot. From there, let's take a look at the challenges and events. So starting from today until the 18th of October, we have an event where 2 lots of World War II lines and 1 lot of Cold War lines will have the bonus vehicle XP and silver addition to it, so an increased 50% on both counts. And the lines are the Chinese 1-1 medium tank line, of course starting from tier 5, and the Soviet IS-7 line, also starting from tier 5. And for the Western Lines Cold War, we have the Challenger 2 line, starting from the Conqueror, the FB214 Conqueror Mark 1. So yeah, if you haven't already completed those lines, then now's your opportunity, as you will be getting an additional 50% silver and vehicle XP whenever you play one of those tanks. Next we move on to weekend deals. So this starts from Friday the 7th of October and runs through until the 11th of October. This is where you've got essentially a 50% reduction on a couple of different tanks, and that is the American Tier 8 Equalizer M53 artillery and the Swedish Tier 8 Draugen Lansen C medium tank. So they both have a 50% saving. The artillery is 5,170 gold and the Draugen is 3,950 gold. When it comes to weekly sales, just like last week, what I'm going to do is include a little graphic on the screen for you so that you are able to see in detail, without me waffling on any further, about the news. So it's just going to be easier for you to read that, so it's going to be on the screen for you right now. So do take a look at that to get info on this week's sales. We then move on to the personal offers. So these tanks are going to be put up for half price once you've earned 8,000, 20,000 and 40,000 XP, and those tanks respectively are the M60A1 Rise, which is of course a Cold War Era 2 tank, the German Tier 8 VK168.01P heavy tank, and finally the Chinese Tier 8 WZ120 1G FT tank destroyer. We also have key cards with us again, so they have refreshed. So do keep in mind that if you are going to buy new key cards, then they will have completely changed from what you would have been perhaps familiar to as a drop table throughout the previous season. They change with every season, so once again those key cards have changed from today and will be with us until the 6th of December. We now move on to the contract reminders. So as per usual with these reminders, I'm going to tell you the date that they end, but there'll be an additional week after that date where you will actually be able to use your gold to buy it out. You won't be able to earn it for free anymore after the dates I'm going to say, but you will have that additional week to use your gold to buy it. So the Cruncher is with us until October the 10th. The Stubbs is with us until October the 18th. The Tiger One Hammer is with us until November the 7th. The Tusk until November 14th. And finally the Chisel until December 19th. that does bring an end to the news. Everything else otherwise is all going to be Halloween based, so this is going to be part of the Awakened mode and season, so of course do keep your eyes peeled for that. It's going to be more of a Halloween thing, so of course we haven't got that particular mode coming just yet, but that will make an appearance very, very soon with Halloween, so that is something to look forward to. But that is it for the news this week. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.